What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the studio. So, just to give you guys a little heads up, I am officially back making content now. I know I've said it a couple times through the community thread and all that jazz, but have y'all ever moved in your life before? Yeah, it's stressful as fuck. And I know that we're not allowed to cuss on YouTube anymore, but I'm pretty sure anybody at YouTube could agree with me. Yeah, moving is stressful. Very, very, very stressful. So, but now that it's over and done with, I've noticed that there's a lot of stuff that I need to talk about that when it comes down to anime, gaming, and comics. Because so much stuff has happened over these past 2 months that I should have content for days. So the first thing I want to talk about was that something that was really huge to me, and I am bummed out that it has got canceled, but at the same time I understand why it got canceled, and that is E3. So if you don't know what E3 is, E3 has been going on since the 90s. It is a convention where gamers and gaming developers come together. Well, at first it was just gaming developers, but over the years they opened it up to the public so that, you know, people like me can go in there and try out a demo for a future game. But it was mainly for, you know, to show off new product, like new consoles, new games, even sometimes new tech. I think they even show off some movie trailers sometimes, just if it's regarding one of the games or if it's regarding a video game in general. So that's pretty much what E3 was. You know, they just show off games. It's in a convention, all that kind of jazz. Now, for the past couple of years, it hasn't been popping like it used to. Like way back in the day, that was someplace that I really wanted to go. E3 is on my bucket list. Well, was on my bucket list. I don't know if they're going to officially cancel it for good, but it's on my bucket list because that is something I always wanted to experience. I got to experience WrestleMania twice. I got to go to Comic-Con once. I haven't been to an anime convention yet, but that's coming. And E3 and PAX East or PAX West or whatever, PAX, those are the gaming, conventions that I always wanted to go to. Now, even though PAX is still a thing, I think PAX just happened recently, but E3 being canceled, that was a blow to my, it was a blow to my heart. I ain't even gonna lie, but I understand why it's not happening. Now, for the past couple years, around 2019, we all know that COVID hit. COVID was the reason why a lot of things got canceled. And E3 was one of those things. It wasn't here for 2020. It wasn't here for 2021. It wasn't 2022. And 2023 was supposed to be its big, comeback. But due to all these companies pulling out, I wouldn't say at the last minute, because some of them right out the rip said they weren't going to show up. Like Sony, for example. Sony doesn't have to show up because of the fact that, one, they've been doing their own thing for the past couple years, so this ain't nothing new. And two, they have this thing called the State of Play. It's pretty much their version of Nintendo Direct, but they're only showing off like their games for the PS5. So like, for instance, recently they had one. They showed off a lot of stuff for Final Fantasy 16. They showed off their VR headset, all that kind of stuff. Xbox had one recently too. They did their little type of direct in January where they showed off, Redfall, Hi-Fi Rush, the new Forza game. They told us that Starfield is supposed to be getting its own separate direct in June sometime, and I think they gave us a release date for September. So, and Nintendo, do I really need to go over Nintendo? I mean, we get Nintendo Directs maybe 4 or 5 of them a year. Actually, I think 3 or 4 a year. I don't know, but yeah. So those companies, they do their own little thing. So put yourself in their shoes. If you can get on YouTube and show off your new games without having to spend not one penny, wouldn't you do that too? I mean, let's be real. I know somebody out there gonna be all like, no, because I want the fans to play it, and that's understandable. You want the fans to play it and all that jazz. You want the fans to have hands on. You want to show it off on a big stage and all that jazz. But at the same time, though, I don't know how much money that costs when it comes down to, getting you a kiosk, getting a certain part of the, venue just for your company and all that stuff. That's big money right there. And maybe Sony, Xbox, and Nintendo decided, hey, let's save some money because, inflation is a thing right now. And inflation might not be affecting them, but we never know. Well, some people claim that they know, and I'm not going to argue with those type of people because, when you try to argue with a know-it-all, you're never going to get anywhere with that. But it is a bummer. Then on top of that too, a lot of people were just, I've seen this recently too, and it sucks to see people say stuff like this, but at the same time, understandable. I've seen people say they don't want to wait in the line just to play a game for 5 minutes. Most of the stuff that Sony, Xbox, and Nintendo have already been leaked out, and we already know it's coming. Some people are saying that cool, all other gaming developers can show up at E3 and show off something. Like, for example, NetherRealm Studios, Mortal Kombat 12 is supposed to be coming out sometime this year. That would have been a perfect time for them to show up and be like, hey, Mortal Kombat 12, ladies and gentlemen, and other games too. But it seems like that's not in the books at all. Hopefully, E3 does come back. But if you want my honest opinion on this subject matter, no, I think that E3 is done. I honestly do think E3 is done. And I don't want to say that, and it hurts to say it, but I think E3 is done, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're not getting another E3. I think the closest thing that we're going to get to something like that is Jeff Keighley and his Summer Games Fest. And I don't understand why people hate Jeff Keighley. Like, I never understood why people dislike him. Like, I don't go researching or trying to look up why they dislike him and all that jazz, but I've seen a lot of people say they dislike him. I don't know if it's just to hate, or he actually really did something that caused people to dislike him. But we'll just have to wait and see. I know some people dislike him because of the whole, he's trying to get rid of E3 and all that stuff. And I've read an article somewhere where he said that he doesn't want to get rid of E3. He just wants to make E3 better. He sees the potential in E3 and he wants to make it better. So he kind of sounds like those types of girlfriends or boyfriends who would take their significant other and be like, I see the potential in you. I can see that you could be better. That kind of thing. And since in his eyes, E3 wasn't trying to grow or anything, he went off and did his own thing. Now, I don't see how E3 wasn't trying to grow, but that's just my ignorance. There's probably something I wasn't seeing there. And if I'm not seeing it, let me know in the comments below. What did you think? What do you think E3 should have done to grow, to make things better for themselves? And also, do you think there will be another E3 later on down the line? Like I said, I don't think there will be one, but I have been proven wrong, and I don't mind being proven wrong. I'll sit here and tell you that, okay, I was wrong. You guys were correct. So, but other than that, guys, I love y'all. I thank you for checking in on me, guys, too. A lot of y'all had checked in on me, asking where the content at. It's like treating you well, all that stuff, and I really do appreciate that, y'all. I really truly do. So, other than that, guys, I love y'all. Take care of yourselves. Peace.